right, everybody. This is Scott Harris, your resident marketing VP, and one of the developers on RealPRO. Today on the call, I've got Coy Peltz. I'm excited to have Coy on the call. He is one of the engineers and support guys. He heads up this product actually, and he is going to be going through a 101 for us. The idea of today, and remember what today is, it is RealPRO 101. So it's basically just very simple, step-by-step. How do you set up your account? And then once you have your account set up, how do you enter a listing? And once you have a listing in, well, where's all the stuff it's created? What is it created? But before we do that, I want to talk for a second. Those of you that know me know I like to talk. So let me tell you, I am at a summit, a real estate technology summit in New York City today. And I'm walking around and talking to developers and seeing if there's anything that we should be giving our real estate agents that other folks are creating. And I got to tell you, what I'm finding is that we are ahead of it. I know what we're developing for the future, and I know where we are today. And our innovation seems to be jumping a lot of the things that I see out there. And in any effect, they are on pace with some of the most advanced stuff. So I'm excited to be able to report that today. So with that in mind, and talking about innovations and where we're taking this, Coy, if you don't mind, I would like to start the call today, and then I'll just ring off. But what I want to start with is what's coming. Now, I'm just on the call because I have a really crappy internet. The hotel was nice enough to give me a room to do this call in. So, so I can't see the screen, but I'm going to take your word for it. And if you need to stop me, just do it. I want to go through the things that are coming out or have just launched. One of the things I find is that we're not doing a very good job communicating new features. And there's so much going on. I thought we'd take this time to start sharing things like the 800 call system, the new open house system that we've already launched, the new virtual tours that you're going to be launching, the new email alerts that have already launched, and the flyer system that we're developing. So those are kind of the things. Let's do this. Let's try to do this in 5 or 10 minutes, if you don't mind. And I know you're going to go back through all the features that are on it today once you get a listing input, but can you pull up on screen the new 800 call system? Again, I can't see it, so forgive me if you've already done that. Have you got that up?
Yeah, no, I have it up there. And again, for everybody to know that these aren't in the BOCM colors. This is in the development stages right now, but we hope to have it on our test servers as early as tomorrow. And what we've done. You've already developed it. I mean, it's done and nearly ready to go and ready to test. Yes, it's very close. We have called in. We've done a few tests already. Now we're just basically integrating it into the system, onto our test server. And, so this should be coming at you guys very soon. And if people aren't familiar with what call capture is, this will allow real estate agents to put up a sign writer on their home that will allow people to call for 24-hour information. What we found is a lot of real estate agents like using this type of service. And what it'll do is it'll automatically capture caller IDs of everybody who calls in. It will allow somebody that calls in to get more information about the property, to have a mobile website link texted to their smartphone. But it also captures their information, and it allows them, if they would want, they can connect directly to a loan officer for financing information, or they can connect directly to the real estate agent to ask more questions about the property. And okay, so let me ask a quick question. Let me interrupt you. So basically, you give me 4-digit number, and I call from in front of the house, and it tells me about the house, and then you take my information and share it with the realtor. Right? This is actually common technology that realtors are paying for today. Are we going to add $50 a month to the fee for this? Nope, it's all just included along with everything else that we have. So just a part of it. No cost. Right. So, yep. Yeah. Okay. So the 800 calls. Do you have anything else you want to say about that when I interrupted you there? No. I mean, it's. I mean, some people are already using this, but it will immediately, after that person hangs up, it will also immediately text the real estate agent to let them know somebody called. So they'll have their information right there. So it's up to them if they want to call that person right away, just to touch base, or if they want to try to follow up with them later. And we'll also take that lead and it'll put it into their back office, so they'll be able to, at any time they'll be able to see who has called their property, and they'll be able to follow up with them if they'd like.
Very, very cool. Okay, Coy, I got to tell you, you're doing a way better job at describing these features, so I'm going to let you tee up the next one, too. We have an open house system. I love it. It's getting better as we speak, but it's already live and in use, and there's your softball. Hit it for me, Coy.
Okay. The next thing we've done is we've launched an open house system. A lot of agents, in the new age of technology, like to start using things like iPads and things like that, along with their marketing. And what we've done is we've created an open house sign-in sheet for real estate agents, so they can actually use an iPad, so they can automatically have people sign in. They don't have to worry about transferring those names back, to paper or put it into their system later, because as soon as somebody signs in on one of their open houses, it will actually be saved to their back office. So they'll automatically have that person's information that'll go to their back office, to where they can always view it. They don't have to go write it down again. And it'll also, they can export it if they have a contact system or a drip system that they currently use. They can export those leads somewhere, and I'll kind of show you a screenshot of how it works. All an agent would have to do is go to their back office and get to this button right here where it says Start Open House, and they automatically, have a sign-in sheet that they can have on an iPad. So somebody can use their iPad. They can go here. They can go to sign in.
Any tablet, right?
Any tablet, yes. It doesn't have to be an iPad. It can be any Android tablet, any tablet whatsoever. I mean, technically, they can even do it on a phone if they wanted to.
So I got a listing in RealPRO, and I click Start Open House. I set up a couple questions, and boom, when I go to the open house, or create open house, right? And when I go to the open house, I click Start Open House, and I don't need paper anymore, and it's gonna let customers sign in. It's gonna keep a copy of their contact information. Is it gonna send that customer a thank you for visiting the open house with a copy of the flyer?
Yep. They're also, as soon as they sign in, because we do collect their email address, so we're going to email them right away with a copy of the flyer of the house, and so they'll have that. And then we've also, there's some other things in the future that we're looking at adding, like if there's a price change or a price reduction, we're talking about also emailing that person, letting them know that there's been a price reduction or if there's been a status change to the house. So that's something else that we're
some additional trip. But let's be clear, of the two features we talked about, 800 call-in system, that's going to the test server tomorrow. The open house system, that's live today. So if you're not doing green open houses, those things you can start doing right away. Again, no added cost on that as well. Virtual tours, I guess all I'm going to say about virtual tours is I don't like ours. And so Coy is sort of in the development stages of applying brand new gorgeous virtual tours. We don't want to be second place in any tool. So when we have something that we think is not up to par, then we're gonna move mountains to fix it. So virtual tours, Coy, what do you think in the next 30 days we should have a new gorgeous virtual tour up?
We should. I'm in the process right now of going to a lot of pay sites, that already charge realtors for virtual tours, and we're looking to take some of the best features from those pay sites and integrating them into our site at no cost. So.
Perfect. All right. Tell me what happens when a new listing goes in, an email alert goes out. In fact, that's a feature that's live. Why don't you wait and show that after the listing so they get an idea of the flow after you insert the listing?
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to turn this over to you. The only thing else I'll say is will you pull up the flyer that we used today?
Yep. Give me 1 second here.
All right, so guys, as that's happening, gorgeous flyers. We are great at flyers, but one flyer is not enough. We are good at it, and so we are going to be launching lots and lots of these. I've already seen 3 that are in development right now, and so we are going to be launching an entire flyer system I'm excited. You're going to be able to go to your back office and click on Flyer, and you're going to say open house flyers. It'll say just listed flyers. It might have postcards. It'll say just sold. It'll say, and then they're going to be a little bit more interactive. So if you don't like this flyer, you can choose a different one, depending on how you're marketing or what you're marketing to. So that's my soapbox time. We already do a ton, as you know, or we'll see here in a second, and more to come, and it never stops with us. We have a bunch of developers focused on making this absolutely the only tool you need, making every other piece of technology that you use for business except for your search site irrelevant. So that's the goal, and that's where we're headed. And you'll see some of that today. Coy, thank you, brother.
Yep, no problem.
I'll ring off. I'm going to run up to my other meetings and see if I can't find anything else we should be adding to the tool.
All right,
you take it from here, okay?
All right, sounds good. All right, guys, here's a copy of the flyer that Scott was talking about. Again, this is a pretty nice flyer that we have, and I think it looks pretty professional. And it basically takes the first picture that you have in your listing and it creates a flyer. And then here's the second, third, and fourth pictures. And again, this is the only flyer we have right now. I don't think it looks too bad. It does have a QR code integrated in it. But we're also, along with the other systems that we have, we're trying to create a whole flyer system because we know agents that are paying for just flyer systems right now, and we're going to have a whole suite of flyers that should be available for you to choose from, so you're not going to be stuck with just this one option that we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. The main thing that we have everybody here today, they would like me to talk about how to sign up, for how to have a realtor sign up. And the easiest way for any real estate agent to sign up is to just follow the link that their loan officer gives them. In this case, Rick Olson, I have his link up here, and his link is www.bocmrealpro.com/rolson. If for some reason you've lost the link that your loan officer has given you, that doesn't mean that you can't sign up, and that doesn't mean you have to get a hold of them. You can actually also go to just the BOCM RealPRO site, and it looks very, very similar. If you follow Rick's link, you'll see Rick's picture at the bottom of the screen here. But if you just go to the BOCM RealPRO site, you're going to be directed to this page. And at this point, a real estate agent can go to the Register Agent link, just like they can on Rick's page. And if they know the branch that their loan officer is in, so I know that Rick is in the San Ramon branch, and they can actually find their loan officer this way. And then if they select Rick, this will automatically put you in with Rick's account. So at this point, the only thing you would have to do is fill in your information. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that for me. And fill in their email address. And now they would pick what they would like their username to be. And this is kind of important that they pick something that they want the public to see, because this will be part of where their website will be. So if I pick a username of, if I just pick a C Peltz, then my website will be cpeltz.willsellfast.com. So this is where they can direct clients to go to if they would like to show them all of the marketing that they're doing for a particular client's house. So this will be their main website. So whatever they pick their username, their website's going to be whatever their username is, .willsellfast.com. Then they would just go ahead and click their password. And then, of course, they can read our terms and conditions and things like that. They would go down here. They would click Register. At that point, they will be brought to this page. At this time, they'll be asked to go ahead and fill in their company name. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And again, they do have to fill in this information. That's fine. And they do have to put their company phone number in here. And then last but not least, and this is very important because we get a lot of phone calls on agents getting stuck here. They do have to enter in a personal photo and a company logo. If they don't have one, that's fine. They need to enter in something to start with. So I'm just going to enter in a photo here, a blank profile picture, and I'm just going to go ahead and enter in a Coldwell Banker logo just because I had one handy, and then click Update Profile. If they do everything correctly, they're going to be brought to this screen right here. And this is their main control panel. And this is where they can enter in listings, they can edit their listings, they can access our open house features, flyers, everything, starts from here. You can even see down towards the bottom, they can see what leads that they've gotten, they can manage their open house contacts, and all kinds of other advanced features. But the thing that I'm going to talk about today is entering in their first listing. And we have two different ways currently for any real estate agent to add a listing. The first one is to add it by MLS ID, and the second one is to add a listing manually. I'm going to go ahead and go to the add a listing manually first. I know it says manual, but that doesn't mean it's really that hard. The only thing you have to do is enter in the information about the property. It's all filled out here. They can type a description, and then when they click Save Next, they're going to be brought to a screen to upload all of their photos, and they can upload all of their photos at one time. This only takes a few minutes, and it's really not that difficult, but it's very easy, very simple to use. And I'm going to talk about these external YouTube videos in a second. But the other way is to add a listing by using the MLS ID. Adding it by MLS ID is also it is a little easier than manually because it does get a lot of information right away, and it does it without them uploading it. So give me 1 second here, and I'm going to take an MLS ID I have. All right. And if you have the zip code, that's even better. But if you don't have the zip code, you can still try it. It will sometimes work. So I'm going to go ahead and search for this property here. And as you can see, it found an MLS ID of a property that I have here in Cincinnati. And you would click I am the agent for this listing. And then it's going to bring you to a page that looks like this. At this point, this is going to be the listing caption. If you want to change the caption to something else, that is fine, but this will help your SEO capability. So if you want to enter in something here that would relate to the house, in this case we just use the address. The web page, the listing web page. In this box right here, we will put something in there for you, but basically if you want to enter in anything else, you can enter in whatever you want here, as long as it's not taken by any other web page on the system. And because this is how you will send your clients a direct link to this listing. So at this point in time, 2 Taft Road Lane -1.willsellfast.com will be the website that we're creating. And the only thing you would have to do is you would scroll down here. If you have any other pictures besides these 4, it's very easy to add them. You would just click the select files, and then you would upload as many pictures as you want. We're not limited, like some MLSs are limited to 15 pictures, for a listing. You guys can upload 100 pictures here. It doesn't matter. The only thing that I will tell you is try to make sure they're a good quality. As you can see here, what we do is if it's a good quality picture, we have a green box around each picture. That means that when we display it on their website, we do not have to stretch it or distort it in any way to to display it on our website. If it's a very, very small photo, or if it isn't a very high resolution, we will still display it, but we'll make this box around here red, letting you know that when we display that photo on the website, we might have to stretch it. You might want to check it out on the website to make sure that the quality is still good enough for you. As you can see here, we can just scroll down, make sure all of the information is correct that we see here. We can please put in a property size, and this is actually like the square footage of the home, not the acreage. You can say what year it is built. You can do bedrooms and baths. And then you can type in your property description. Description goes here. And then this last section here where it says external YouTube videos, this is optional for you guys. This is something that we've added in recently. I would say probably within the last 30 days. And what this does is this allows a real estate agent, if they already have a YouTube video of the house that they would also like to display, because we will create a YouTube video for every property as long as it has 3 pictures. If it has less than 3 pictures, we won't create a video, but if it has more than 3 pictures, we'll create a YouTube video for you guys. But if a real estate agent also has their own YouTube video, they can actually put the link in here, and we will also display that video on the website. Also, if an agent has a walkthrough video, some agents like to add a video of just walking through with their iPhone or whatever phone they have, and they'll just record like a walkthrough of the house. If they upload that to YouTube, they can display the link here, and we will display it on the website along with all of the other information that we have. And lastly, some real estate agents like to have an About Me video, and what this video typically represents is a video of why a client should use them to buy their next house or to sell their next home. So if they have a About Me video, they can also use that link and they can put it in here, and we'll actually display that video on the website. So at that point in time, you just have to click Save. And within seconds, we also need to make sure it says active up here, because right now it's in a draft. We need to make sure that this is saved as an active listing and not a draft anymore. And then in that time, we've already created a web page for this listing. As you can see it here. And what I did, let me go back, I just clicked on this View Listing website to go look at the web page that we created. And again, that's pretty simple, and after you've done it a couple times, it will only take a few seconds to do. And like I said, these are the 4 pictures that we have. If somebody wants to print a flyer, they want to schedule a showing, they can do all of this right from this site. And they can also share it. If, we have a lot of social sharing tools built into the system. If they'd like to share this listing on Facebook, tweet about it. If they want to put it to their Pinterest page, they can do that. One thing that I don't think Scott talked about is we've also created a Pinterest page for you guys. So we're going to have all the listings on the system on a BOCM RealPRO Pinterest page. So that should be active. If it's not active today, it should be active early next week. And then we also have the ability for people to share this by emailing the listing somewhere or to Google +1 it. So that's pretty much it on adding your first listing. Hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory, but if you had any questions on adding listings, we also have a user guide in the Realtor back office that we talk about, and they have videos on how they can add your first listings, and there's also a few other things they can learn here on like how to post to Craigslist, and we have videos for several other features that we have that we will probably do at a later time. We'll probably have another video to talk about some of these other advanced features. But if they want to go ahead and look at it now, you can go to the user guide and take a look at everything from there.
Hey, Coy, I guess I didn't ring off. I've been walking around the show listening. Fantastic job, by the way. Could you do us a favor just before you log off here and maybe like minimize your screen and show them that the mobile site's already created and show them a preview of the Craigslist HTML so they kind of get a feel that everything's already done. All the features that we've been discussing are done. They're there now. Now, the YouTube video usually takes a minute, so if that's not created, you could just show them an example of another YouTube video that was created. But it usually takes, what does it take, a couple hours usually for that?
Yeah, we usually tell people, sometimes they go up in as fast as 5 or 10 minutes, but we like to tell everybody, give it at least 24 hours. But, if it's there, it wouldn't be shocking if it's there in 15 minutes.
So let's go through it. You showed the website. There's a flyer and a virtual tour and Craigslist HTML and a mobile site. Flyers have QR codes. There's mass syndication. There's video creation, post to YouTube. Lots of features. If you could just show maybe a video, a Craigslist, the flyer, and the virtual tour for that property, that would, I think everybody would be excited to see how easy you just put a listing in, and now it's got all of these things, so they don't have to do each of these individually.
Right. Now here's the virtual tour that we have created. And again, we did this all after I clicked save. This all happened within seconds. If you want to go back into your back office, if you'd like to post the listing on Craigslist, and again, I just went to the dashboard. I clicked on my active listings folder. I click on the listing, and here's the Craigslist HTML that we've created that you just have to copy and paste this into Craigslist. And here's a preview of what it would look like. And again, we put a play button on the Craigslist HTML because everybody loves to press a play button. And what this does is this will actually direct them back to the site that we've created. And let me see if I can't find a video here on a different listing. And we also have an MLS tour. I know here's the virtual tour that I have up on the screen now. I showed you the normal virtual tour that we have, but if you need a MLS compliant tour, you can actually just change the link up here instead of tour to MLS tour like I did, and you'll have a link that you can actually use on Realtor.com or any other of the other websites that is MLS compliant. Let's see, and here is a web page right here of a different property that we have. And if you want to see an example of a YouTube video, just pull it up right here. And here's a YouTube video for this particular home. And again, as long as you have at least 3 photos and the agent profiles fill it out properly with a picture and a logo, then we will create the video automatically. And that's about it. That's about it for today. I mean, we can probably go over features, for a while and talk about everything that the system does, but hopefully we'll be able to do that on a different call, in a few weeks.
So this is 101, and Coy is the director. And Coy, do you mind sharing your email address, showing them where they can find that so they can get support? And
Sure.
Then, yeah, I agree. Let's ring off. I think we've moved mountains today on this call. So go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. If any of you guys ever have any problems, what you can do is when you log into the system, this big green box here has my contact information. Again, my name is Coy Peltz, and you can call me at this telephone number here at 877-797-7947, or if you just click on this support link here where it says support at BOCM RealPRO, that will automatically that'll come directly to me. So.
All right, guys. Well, Coy, that was fantastic. It was exactly 30 minutes. I love that. Let's archive this. I think we can use it over and over and share the video with our Realtor partners so they can get started. Guys, I look forward to seeing you on the BOCM RealPRO 201 that we host next. We'll make sure everybody gets an invite to that. Thank you for being on, Coy. Thank you for being on too, man.
No problem. Everybody take care.
All right, take care, guys.